What if I told you there's a single, almost invisible red flag that 99% of men completely ignore in the first few dates? It's not about her past, her relationship with her father, or how she treats the waiter. It's something far more subtle, something woven into the very fabric of your conversations. Think about it. The average cost of a first date in America is now pushing past $100. You're investing time, money, and emotional energy. But what if you're missing the one clue that predicts, with shocking accuracy, whether you're building a foundation on solid rock or quicksand? It's a pattern so hidden in plain sight that most men will go their entire lives being blindsided by it, wondering why their relationships feel like a constant uphill battle. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you won't be able to unsee it. I've seen this pattern play out dozens of times, not just in my own life, but in the stories of countless men I've connected with. Guys who are building businesses, hitting the gym, putting in the work to become better men. These are good men. Men who believe in the American dream of building a life with a true partner. They value strength, loyalty, and the freedom to forge their own path. Yet they find themselves trapped in dynamics that drain their energy and pull them away from their purpose. This isn't about blaming women, it's about understanding human dynamics. It's about having the clarity to see what's really in front of you so you can choose a partner who runs with you, not one you have to drag across the finish line. We're a community of men dedicated to winning in every area of life, and that includes the most important decision you'll ever make. So, if you're ready to gain an almost unfair advantage in your dating life, hit that like button and subscribe right now. Because the secret I'm about to share isn't just a tip, it's a complete paradigm shift. Let's set the scene. You meet someone new. The chemistry is there. The texts are flowing. The first date is electric. She's beautiful, funny, and seems to check all the boxes. You start painting a picture in your head. Maybe this is it. You talk about your goals, your ambitions, the empire you're trying to build, whether that's a Fortune 500 company or just a life of freedom and self-reliance. You're laying out your blueprint, and she seems supportive. She says all the right things. That's amazing. You're so driven. I believe in you. And you feel seen. You feel validated. This is what you've been looking for, right? A cheerleader. But here's where the matrix glitches. Weeks, maybe months go by. You're working late to close a deal, and the supportive texts turn into passive-aggressive questions. Are you still working? You decide to invest a weekend in a seminar to sharpen your skills, and her response is a sigh, followed by, "We never have time for us." The same ambition she found so attractive is now framed as the enemy of the relationship. It's a classic bait and switch, a cultural dilemma so common in the US that we almost see it as normal. We're taught to pursue our dreams relentlessly, but we're also fed a Hollywood script that says true love means sacrificing everything for the other person. The tension is real. What's at stake here isn't just one relationship, it's your entire future. It's the risk of slowly, imperceptibly being steered away from your own path, your own purpose, until one day you wake up and don't recognize the man in the mirror. You've become a supporting character in someone else's story. So, what is this silent killer of potential? It's this. You are ignoring the difference between a woman who is attracted to your ambition and a woman who shares your ambition. There's a Grand Canyon-sized gap between the two, and mistaking one for the other is the foundational error most men make. Let me break it down. A woman who is merely attracted to your ambition sees it as a feature, a cool accessory. It's like being attracted to a guy because he has a cool car or a great sense of style. Your drive signals that you're a high-value man. You're competent, you have resources, or you're on the path to getting them. She benefits from the fruits of your ambition, the nice dinners, the security, the social status. But she doesn't understand the cost. She doesn't understand the sacrifice, the late nights, the obsession, the sheer force of will it takes to build something from nothing. To her, your work is a competitor for her attention. Think of it like a football fan versus a player. The fan loves the touchdowns, the big wins, the Super Bowl party. She's cheering from the stands, but she has no idea what it feels like to be on the field on a 4th and 1, with the clock ticking down, every muscle screaming in pain. She doesn't understand the 2-a-day practices in the brutal summer heat. When you're in the locker room, bruised and exhausted, she's wondering why you're not at the after party. Do you see the disconnect? Now contrast this with a woman who shares your ambition. She might not be in the same field. She doesn't have to be an entrepreneur. Her ambition might be to be the best mother, a top artist, a community leader, or to build an incredible homestead. The what doesn't matter as much as the how. She has her own mountain to climb. She understands that purpose requires sacrifice. She gets that building something meaningful takes time and relentless focus. She isn't just attracted to your fire. She has her own. When you say, "I have to work late tonight to finish this project," she doesn't hear, "I don't want to see you." She hears, "I'm fighting in the trenches for our future." She won't distract you from your mission because she's too busy with her own. This is the ultimate green flag. A partnership between two people who are committed to their own growth isn't a 50-50 arrangement. It's 100-100. It's two complete sovereign individuals choosing to build an empire together. What kind of partnership are you currently building? Think about your last relationship. Were you partners on the field, or were you the player and she was the spectator? Let me know in the comments. This brings us back to that invisible red flag I mentioned at the beginning. The clue that separates the fan from the player. It's hidden in one simple question you should be paying laser-like attention to from the very first conversation. When you talk about your goals, your dreams, your purpose, what is her follow-up question? A woman who is merely attracted to your ambition will ask questions about the results. Wow, so you'll make a lot of money doing that? Will you get to travel a lot? What kind of car are you going to buy when you make it? Her focus is on the rewards, the lifestyle, the things she will get to enjoy. But a woman who shares your ambition, who has that fire in her own soul, will ask questions about the process. She'll ask, "What drives you to do that? What's the biggest challenge you're facing with it right now? What have you learned along the way? Or how can I help?" She is curious about the engine, not just the shiny paint job of the car. She sees the man, not just his potential wallet. She respects the struggle because she lives it too, in her own way. This is the secret. It's that simple. It's not about finding a woman who will worship you or be your servant. It's about finding an equal, a partner in the truest sense of the word, someone who sees your life as a mission and wants to run her own mission right alongside yours. This understanding empowers you. It takes you from being a passive participant in your own love life to being the active, discerning architect of your future. You stop trying to convince the fan to understand the player's sacrifice. Instead, you start looking for another player for your team. This is the ultimate form of self-respect. It's choosing a partner who magnifies your purpose, not one who makes you apologize for it. Look, the world is full of noise and it's easy to get distracted by shiny objects. But if you're serious about building a life of purpose and freedom, you need a partner who gets it, who is in the trenches with you. If this message resonated, if you felt that aha moment, then this is just the beginning. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we are building a community of men who refuse to settle for less than they deserve in life, business, and relationships. And I want to hear from you. Go to the comments right now and tell me, have you ever been with a fan when you needed a player? What was the moment you realized the difference? Your story could be the wake-up call someone else needs to hear. By sharing, we all get stronger. A thank you for being part of this. I've put together a private briefing, the 3 unspoken tests of a high-value woman, that I only share with my inner circle. It breaks down more of these subtle dynamics. The link is in the description below. It's not for everyone, just for those who are ready to stop guessing and start choosing with intention. Click the link, join the community, and let's continue the conversation. Remember, you can build the life you want, but you can't do it if the most important person in your life is secretly rooting against you. Choose your team wisely. I'll see you in the next one.